Hello makers, welcome to March, and it is time for the next block in our 2026 sampler. We're going to be making the tulip block. First, let me apologize that this video is coming out a few days late. Normally it comes out on the 1st of each month, but I caught a really bad cold at the end of QuiltCon, and I am still recovering. I'm just now getting voice enough back to record this tutorial. Even though everything was all ready last week for me to be able to do this, I've just been really sick. So you're getting this a few days late. So thank you for your patience. So this is my sample block here, and I use scraps using my Montgomery Mountain Charm fabric collection. And it's a really easy block to make, and you can turn this if you notice in the pattern. Here, I've got this one actually turned this way from when I put it in the sampler. I feel like it looks better the way it's laid out here. So that's how I suggest, but if you want to turn it a different direction, you are absolutely welcome to. But this is the block that we're going to make. It's super easy. So you've got your cutting instructions, and that was emailed out to you. You also can download it below in the description box for your cutting requirements of what you need to do with your scraps. So let's get started, and I'm going to be using, of course, the solids that go along with what you see in the mock-up here, and I will show you how to make this block. So let's get started. Okay, so here's all our fabric pieces that we need. These are your background squares that you're going to need according to the instructions. We've got your A square here, your C square that you need, and then also your 2 B squares that you need. And I use these clips to kind of keep mine organized. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to set aside our 4.5 inch B square as well as our A and most of our background squares. What we do need to keep though are our 2 5-inch squares. And we are going to make half square triangles. And so let's pull these together. Let's make sure I've got these cut correctly. Okay, I do. All right. So what we're going to do is we are going to want to draw a diagonal line on the back of our background squares. So we're going to go ahead and draw those diagonal lines. Remember, we start in the middle and go out. And we're going to make both sets of our half square triangles at the same time at the sewing machine. And that's going to make 2 of these for your tulip, and then your 2 half square triangles for the leaves for your tulip. So that's what we're working on right now. So we're going to lay those right sides together. Now, since I'm using solids, it doesn't really matter for me for right sides and wrong sides. So we're going to lay those together, and I'm going to go ahead and pin mine in place. And I'm going to pin both of them at the same time so that we can go ahead and sew these at the same time at the sewing machine. Because really the rest of it after this is super simple. This is such a fun block for springtime. I actually have a really large block of this that you can make as a wall hanging on my website. It's a big, I think it's 36 by 36 inches to make as a wall hanging, and it sits upright like this. So if you want to check that out, I'll put the link for you below. So what we're going to do is we've placed these right sides together, and now we're going to sew a 1/4 inch away from the line that we've drawn. So you're going to have a 1/4 inch coming down this way, and then a 1/4 inch coming this way. And I like to chain piece here, chain stitch. So I'll be putting them under the sewing machine at the same time and stitching all the way down, and then I'll cut it, and then I will turn them around, and I will be stitching a 1/4 inch all the way down here, and then we'll press and we'll cut these on the diagonal to be able to make our first 2 sets of half square triangles. Okay, so I'm just gonna, I have a presser foot that's a 1/4 inch foot, so I'm able just to line my 1/4 inch foot up on that line, and I'm just gonna sew a 1/4 inch away from the line that we drew all the way down. And then I'm going to grab my other one and go ahead and do that while I'm here. We'll just get them both done. And then I'm going to cut those in half, and I'm going to turn them around, and we're going to sew a 1/4 inch away from the diagonal line on the other side. And I'm just going to chain stitch and do the same thing so I don't have to cut my thread. And then we're going to go over and we are going to cut these on the diagonal line. So we're just going to take our ruler and we're going to cut both of these on the diagonal line. And then we're going to go press at the pressing station. Whoops. Probably need to change my blade soon. Let's go press these. So we're going to press to the dark side on these. And then we're going to end up cutting them down a bit. It's always a lot easier, I believe, to cut them down slightly than to try to attempt to get them perfect. From the very beginning, I just tend to find that sometimes my 1/4 inch may be off a little bit, and so it's easier just to cut them. So I'm going to press to the dark side. And I'm doing it on the back first. And by pressing to the dark side, that means you won't have dark colored fabric on the showing through on the underside to the white side. We're going to do that with this one too. And we'll give each of these a good starch. And that helps just with our cutting and our piecing. I find that if I starch, everything just really kind of comes together a bit better when I use starch. All right, let's go trim these down. Now, when it comes to trimming half square triangles, particularly ones that I've pressed to the side, I love the Block Lock ruler. It has a little groove in here. It is a bit of a splurge. I bought mine in a set of 3. So there's a 6.5 inch one, this is in a 4.5 inch one, and then I have a 2.5 inch, and it came in a set. And I'll put the link for you below. But I find it really helpful with trimming my half square triangles. So that little groove right there, you just line your seam up on the groove. And we'll want to make sure that we have fabric all the way around. And we're just going to trim this down slightly. So since we had our background squares and our fabric squares at 5 inches, we don't have to trim off a lot, but we do trim off just a little bit. So we don't waste much fabric, but at the same time, we weren't trying to get it perfect. So by cutting those squares just a little larger, we're able to trim it down slightly without wasting a lot of fabric. And I like to use the rotating cutting mat. This one is by Sew Tots. It's magnetic, which is really helpful for applique and patterns that you're trying to keep down. But you can use a different kind of rotating cutting mat if you'd like. So we're gonna almost done. But it's really nice because you don't have to lift your ruler. You just have to gently lift your hand off. And if you slightly accidentally move it, it's okay. Just line it back up. And one more to trim. And if you are not in my Lovely Makers Facebook group, I highly suggest that you join that. That is where there's a lot of announcements. That's where you post your blocks for any of my quilt alongs or sew alongs or any of my patterns. And that's actually also where I made a little update that this block of the month would be a couple of days late because I was sick. All right, we've got all of those trimmed here. Now let's make our unit that makes up this block right here. So you are going to grab your 2.5 by 4.5 inch rectangle, your 2.5 inch by 2.5 inch square, and your 2.5 by 2 inch square, your A fabric here. And you're going to sew these two right sides together with a so a 1/4 inch down here, and then we're going to sew this row to this one, and we'll have made that unit, and then we can lay out all of our pieces and sew our tulip together. Okay, so we've sewn our two 2.5 inch squares together, the A and your background, and now we're going to lay our 4.5 inch by 2.5 inch rectangle on top of that row, and we're going to sew a 1/4 inch all the way down to complete that unit. Okay, so now we've completed this unit. I've pressed these open so that there's less bulk. And now it's super simple. All we have to do is take all of our pieces and lay them out according to the diagram here. And I like to lay mine out on, you could use a design board if you wanted. I use my 14-inch cutting mat to lay all of them out. So just look there at the diagram and see the direction that you need to lay everything. So you're going to take your half square triangles of your tulip. You've got your background fabric here. You'll have your other tulip piece, and make sure these are turned the right way. So there's your other tulip piece. We've got your B square that goes there in the center. We've got your leaf, and remember the leaf is turned where your C square here, your green or whatever fabric you're using is pointing down. That triangle's pointing down. I accidentally got mine turned around on the test block and had to unpick. And there's that one. And then your two other background squares. And then you've got everything laid out. And we'll take this over to the sewing machine, and we're going to sew our rows. So we're going to sew this row together, and then this row together, and then this row together. And when we press, we're going to press right, left, right. And if we alternate our pressing, whenever we do that, then our rows will nest. So let's go ahead and sew each of our rows together, and then we'll sew all of those rows to each other. Okay, so we've sewn our rows together, and we've pressed right, left, and right. And so now, because we've done that, it'll be easy to nest our seams. So we're going to take the top row and nest it with the second row. And I definitely pin on these so that my seams line up really well. And so we will sew a 1/4 inch all the way down. Now we've sewn those two rows together, and I haven't pressed yet. I'll press at the end. And so now we're going to nest this unit right here to this last row. So we're just going to flip this up like this, and then we will pin to nest our seams just like we did before. And I really find that pinning really helps everything stay in place. And then we will sew a 1/4 inch all the way down, and then we will press our seams open. Okay, we've sewn all our rows together, and then we have pressed our seams open. And there we go. You have now finished your March block, the tulip block, and this is how it will lay out in the layout here of the pattern. So this is our March block here. All right, friends, wasn't that easy? Well, again, I apologize that this tutorial was a couple of days late. Sometimes the best laid plans don't work out when you get sick. But you've done it. It's super easy. You could even make a bunch of these if you wanted, and you could make a full quilt out of this block. So I'll look forward to seeing you next month. This will be our April block, and we will make that together. Okay, friends, I hope you enjoyed making this block, and until next time, quilty friends, make lovely things.